want to talk to you, Coach. As soon as they all wander over.
Definitely picked the wrong side.
I know it's hot today.
not bring sunglasses too.
It was really hot on that turf over there too.
Oh, I bet it was. Yeah.
Just trying not to kill our grass before the weather changes.
Got a couple more days.
Trying to use them both.
You said.
You're good. Yeah.
Ready to roll?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
What did you learn from the last game? You're heading into the next game. I'm sure there's always a lot, but.
Yeah, I mean, you can't turn the ball over 3 times and win. That's the number one. Yeah, that was the game Saturday. We spotted a quality team, 14 points, and our formula for winning the last 3 years, starts with taking great care of the ball, which we've done. And Saturday was disappointing.
What are your impressions of Cincinnati's defensive line in particular?
Best defense we've played this year. Defensive line is outstanding. Starting with the nose guard, he is a really good player, but their whole defense is very good. It's a tough week to play an opponent that good in a short week, and we're excited to get back out there Friday night. I'm glad we don't have to wait very long, but they're very good.
Will you have the full collection of personnel on the offensive line to counter that?
We don't know that yet. We don't know for sure. We got banged up a little bit Saturday. Had to make some substitutions and shuffle the lineup a little bit, and we won't know till the game.
With Cody right now, do you think it's going to be something that you're kind of questioning every week at this point throughout the year?
Yeah, I think there's no estimate on his return right now, so we're just proceeding like we don't have him.
Was Aiden Robbins set back? Was that a in-game injury or was it in a practice?
We're not sure. It was. We don't know exactly when it happened, and I don't think he does either. But he definitely wasn't right for a couple weeks and kept feeling a lot of pain. But they didn't know what was wrong, and then they found out what it was, and it took some time to figure out what it was. And so now we're hoping to get him back pretty soon. But he was not himself for a few weeks, and then turned out it was actually, I think, a relief for him to find out that what the injury actually was. Yeah.
Philosophy-wise, when you have an area of the offense that isn't having a lot of success, obviously the run game right now, it happens with the pass game at times. How much do you focus on trying to build that area up, or do you use the other area that is working to kind of set up the other side? Just curious, philosophy-wise, how you kind of approach that.
Well, first of all, we need to get our run game going. We don't want to throw 51 pass attempts. That's not who we've been the last few years, and that's not what we want to be now. So. We're a good passing team. I'm excited about we're making a lot of explosive plays in the passing game. That part is a real positive. But I think that passing game will get even better if we can balance it out a little bit with our run game and make those things fit together a little bit better. And so we need to fix that. But philosophy-wise, we've had to supplement a little bit with our screen game and our short game and some of that stuff. And but we need to keep working to get it fixed.
Kalani said that this week that the run issues are fixable. Do you agree with that sentiment?
Yeah, of course they are. I mean, we've been a really good running team here for several years, and we are having some issues right now. We need to fix those, but I have a lot of confidence that we can.
Do the issues reside on the line, or is it more the running backs?
The run game is an 11-man deal, man. It's everybody. The linemen need to play better for sure. But they can only block 5 people, and then tight ends got to be better blockers, receivers have to be better blockers, quarterback has to make great decisions in our offense. Sometimes he's checking us to the right run play, sometimes it's an RPO, making the right decision. It's an 11-man deal every play, and then we have to coach better. I'm responsible for it, and I've got to do a better job.
This backstory question about LJ for you. When was the first time that you kind of evaluated him? Was it after he decommitted from Stanford, or when he kind of come?
The first time that I went in depth on him was after the Stanford game. Yeah, I was aware of who he was, but never got in depth because he was committed to Stanford for so long. Yeah.
I was just curious. You were talking about how good that Cincinnati defense is. How important is it to be balanced when you're going up against a defense that plays as well as they do?
Well, yeah. I mean, for us, it's important every week. That's part of our offense. We we've had a physical run game here for the last few years, and play action pass has been a big part of our offense. And it's a little bit harder to do that when the run game's not going. But the good part is our drop back passing game has been good, and we're making a lot of explosive plays, and we're actually scoring quite a few points for considering how we're not hitting on all cylinders yet. And so but we have to take care of the football, and we've got to get the run game back to what it used to be.
What is it that makes their defense so formidable? Is it a scheme thing? Is it personnel? Is it see all the
both?
above?
It starts with their front. Their defensive line is very, very good. The nose guard is as good of a player as I've seen in several years. He's outstanding. And then they're very well coached, and they play really hard. They have a really good scheme. I have a lot of respect for their coaching staff. But it starts with that defensive line. Those guys are really tough to block.
Anything else? All right, thanks.
Okay, yep. Good to see you guys.
Appreciate it.
So we'll have Jay Hill here next.
There's a veteran.
A veteran?
You've done this a few times.
Oh, goodness.
Sunglasses, no sunglasses.
I don't know. I like him better on, but
What's the latest on Bywater's MRI? Is he going to be able to go on Friday?
I haven't heard final word from the doctors. It's going to be day-to-day for right now until we get final word on MRI results and stuff like that. But you guys know, if he plays, we'll be really good, and if he doesn't, then the next guy up's got to step up and play great.
How big of a loss would he be, though? How much does that alter what you guys do?
Well, obviously he's a great player, and I'd love to have Ben out there. And if he doesn't, then Harrison Taggart's proven that he's a great player as well, and he'll step in and play great.
Jay, what does Tyler Batty bring to your defense?
Well, he's a great leader. He leads by example, the way he practices. He's tenacious in games. I love his motor that he brings. He's a veteran guy that's played a lot of college football, and the good thing about him is he's a defensive end, but you can really move him inside, and he can handle the physicality inside. So he does. He adds a lot to us, and we need him to play like he did down the stretch of that Arkansas game.
What did you learn about what did the players learn about accountability and just being assignment sound in the second half of that Kansas game? Because they seem to be getting caught a little bit.
We did. We got out of whack a little bit with some of the empty stuff that they were running, which was surprising to me because those are things that we've done well throughout fall camp. And then you got to give Kansas credit. They do a lot of zigging and zagging and things to try to confuse you. I thought we handled it really, really well for about the first 35 minutes of the game, and then we got just a little out of whack when we started pressing a little bit. We just got to return back to being us, being assignment sound, doing what we did in that first half of Kansas, second half of Arkansas. If we do that, we play good defenses in those stretches.
What stands out about the Cincinnati offense to you?
The quarterback's very athletic. He throws a good ball. The transfer wide receiver number 8, great player. He's probably the top wide receiver we've faced so far this year. The running backs run hard. I love the way those guys run. They run behind their pads. They're physical. And the O-line does a good job. So it's a very similar offensive scheme as what we just faced last week at Kansas, and a similar quarterback, really, the way he runs it.
It seems like, in listening to some of the talk out there, that their offense is struggling. When you're watching film, how do you bypass hearing all that and just focus on what you see in terms of the skill of the guy that's on offense?
Well, I think it's kind of like we've been on defense. When they're executing well, they're up and down the field and moving the ball. No one performs well when they're turning it over, and I think that's been something that's happened in stretches with them. When they turn it over, they've struggled a little bit. When they're playing smart and sound, then they're tough to defend. I think they've got weapons. They know they have weapons, and we're going to have to do a good job defending those weapons on Friday.
Sorry I came in late. Have you been asked about Ben's situation?
We did, yeah. And again, right now it's going to be day-to-day till we get final word from the doctors on exactly what their plan and rehab and all that stuff is. We'll see here in the next little bit exactly what's going on.
Looking at that linebacker depth, how long is Isaiah Glasser going to be out? I know he got nicked up in Arkansas.
Yeah, so he should be back. My guess is after the bye week. So after the bye week, Glasgow should be fully healthy. We just got Cialia Sarah back, which is huge for us. Just got Ammon Hanneman back. So where we lose a guy or two, and we're getting some guys back as well. And again, I've said this before, it's college football. You're going to have guys get injured, and you're going to have guys that have to step up.
Do you buy into the notion that the harder teams are, the more injury prone, or the better they are, the more injury prone you are, or injuries just flukes and they could happen?
No, I don't believe that. I think the better you train, the more likely it is that you don't get injured. The tougher you are, the more you can play through certain things. Now there's injuries you can't play through. And then if you practice the right way, you're probably going to limit your exposure to injury. But there's no way to eliminate them completely. If there were, then you'd see teams go through a season without injuries, and no one's ever done that.
Have you still sensed the urgency from this team coming off a loss first time that's happened?
Probably better. Yeah, yesterday I thought the urgency was outstanding. I thought today's practice was very good. Sometimes that's all you need, just to kind of hone in and I don't want to say make it more important because it's always been more important, but just kind of hone in and get back to doing what's going to bring success for us.
Cincinnati's quarterback reminds you of Kansas's?
Yes. Yep. Very athletic. He can throw it good. He can escape the pocket and really hurt you with his legs. So we got our work cut out for us. And this guy's played big-time Power 5 football. He started Arizona State, started games at the University of Florida. This guy's been around and played high-level college football.
A-Rod was just talking about how good Cincinnati's defense is. That puts a little pressure, complimentary football on your defense to step up and play great. Do you like it when your guys, kind of embrace that, or is it hard to keep them from trying to do too much if, they feel a little pressure?
Well, I think it's good for us, as we get into Big 12 play, the offenses are going to be good, the defenses are going to be good. I don't care who we play, we're going to be facing legit systems on each side of the ball. And it's no different this week for Cincinnati. They got a great defense. We're going to have to play great defense to complement it. And there's going to be a game we might have to win 7-3. And then there's going to be a game we might have to win 55-48. Who knows? Bottom line, we got to find a way to go out there and get a W this week.
How do you feel about your linebacker depth in case you are missing?
Yeah, so I just mentioned we get Cialia Sarah back. We get Ammon Hanneman back. And Glasker's going to be back in the next little bit. So bottom line, one guy goes down, the next guy's got to step up, and that's how it will be the rest of the year. Okay, guys, thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, Harry. All right, here's questions for Harrison.
Hey, Harrison.
What's up? How's it going?
Good. What did kind of the loss do for you guys as far as building a sense of urgency for this game?
I think a loss takes a toll on a team in many ways. Kalani focused on a lot of getting sleep and just the little things. I think we're more hungry than we've ever been, and we're getting after it in practice. It's became a lot more physical. Assignments are a lot more dialed in, and the coaches are a lot more intense, making sure that we're locked in where we should be.
What's it like for you personally? Because you might be asked, said day to day is what Jay said, but to take on a bigger role this week, what's that like to be getting ready for that?
It's exciting. It's nothing new. Every single day you're playing like you're the one, and coaches teach you like you should be better than the ones in case somebody goes down. So it's business.
How do you feel like when you filled in for Ben there at the end of the Kansas game? How do you feel personally like you did, and what are you preparing for this week?
I feel like I did good. There are definitely ways I need to improve, whether it's tempoing, filling a gap. Football's not a perfect game, but I strive to be perfect. I need to be more physical at the point of attack this week, prepping for Cincy and getting faster reads. So.
If you are seeing more playing time from scrimmage, will that cut down on, I know you're kind of a special teams ace will that cut down on your special teams play?
Coaches are taking it day by day right now. I'm not sure. I'm still doing all my special teams things, and I'm excited. But really, I'm going 100% on every single rep I get, whether it's on punt return or linebacker.
How beneficial is it going up against the Cincy offense? Jay just said it's somewhat similar to what Kansas does. So having that to kind of foundation to build on to get ready for Cincy, how beneficial is that?
It's really beneficial. We see a lot of the stuff that Kansas does. They're really, really physical. Their running backs run really good. They're fast backs. Their quarterback. They're just a really well-composed team. Yeah. it's exciting.
How much urgency has there been this week to go out and get that first Big 12 win for the program?
Tons of urgency. You can feel it from the way people are hitting scouts, the way people are running the ball, and even like the way we're just getting lined up. There's a different type of urgency getting to that ball right from the get-go.
When you note there's hitting, I mean, how physical are game week practices? Have they been? I mean, obviously it's going to be scaled back from fall camp, but how physical are things in a game week still?
Things are really, really physical. Sports scientists do really good at the start of the week, getting us healthy from the game before, and then midweek we're going. It's really physical. We want to make our reads. We want to fill the gap how we should, and then towards the end of the week we're tapering off to get our bodies right for game day. But really, that middle of the week when we're going, we are full go thud.
Play a little devil's advocate. How hard is it when you're feeling that urgency to not try and do too much and focus just on your responsibility? Because sometimes that could be really tough because you want to make that play so bad.
Yeah, for me, I am a little bit. My game's all mental, and if you see me, I'm pumping up the crowd. I have a lot of energy, and sometimes for me, I get ahead of myself. So a lot of it is with that urgency, controlling that mental side. But that's what practice is for, is creating that urgency so you can calm down.
Is this what you envisioned when you left Oregon and came here, kind of the role you've taken on?
You know, I love the coaches, and I told the coaches when I came here, I will be whatever you need me to be. I'll be on the sideline and cheering up the crowd. If you need me to do that, I'll just put me in the position you see me being in. So I didn't know what to expect. I love the coaches. I love BYU. I'm just grateful for the opportunity.
Why do you have a black jersey on?
Well, you know, you can't interview without a shirt on, and I took all my stuff
You guys
off.
change it up each week, don't
So,
you know?
yeah.
And then I just always it's either blue or white. On those over
It looks tough, though, doesn't it?
It looks pretty hard. It's definitely not mid.
Yeah.
Any questions for Harrison?
I don't know if we can top that one. So,
It's just a new look.
I guess so. Well, thank you, guys.
It's oddly
good luck
satisfying.
this week, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Am I still good? Did he disappear? Is he out here still? I drove